Autumn's here from Unregular Radio, and no, the circus is not in town. We are here at the 2013 Anime Boston. I've already been here for a few minutes, and it is cosplay wall-to-wall, vendors, anime celebrities. So we're going to try to get around this whole event here and try to get you some of the interviews that you, the fan of anime, want to see. Hopefully we'll get some of the vendors and we'll try to get some of the celebrities as well. So come on with us as we go to Anime Boston 2013.
I got your picture of me and you. You wrote I love you, I wrote me too. I sit and stare at it, there's nothing else to do. Oh, it's in color, your hair is brown, your eyes are hazel, and soft as clouds. I often kiss you when there's no one else around.
We're here with Greg Blazer, Blazewear, and you have custom straps and accessories. Caught my eye. What exactly do you do?
Well, as it says, custom strap works and accessories, collars, leashes, harnesses, things like that.
Okay.
And I gear towards, costume accessories, things, that sort of idea.
Now, how did this come about? Like, is there a big need for like straps and collars?
Well, actually, back in 2005, my friend who does artwork, she suggested that we go to anime conventions and do the artist alleys.
Okay.
So we went to Otakon, and she did a lot of cat people, which was very popular. So the second year in 2006, I looked at it and said, well, what if we also make collars and sort of expand a real physical, tangible product from the artwork. So I made some. They went over well, so I just kind of kept going from there.
And the rest is history.
Yeah, I mean, I pre-made them, put them on the table, they sold. So I just started adding, okay, well, what if I do different colors of hardware and things like that? And it got to the point, well, I can't afford to put all these together up front, and I don't know what anyone's going to want. I don't know what's going to sell, so I have a few of them that are displays, and then I can put them together.
And you just put them custom to order?
Yeah.
Could you show us one?
Well, actually,
Anyone in particular is fine. I'd just love to see something. Let's go over to Mr. Man over here.
Yeah, this is a harness. As you see how well it fits him, this is not adjustable because that one was actually one that I made for myself. And then it ended up becoming a display piece. If you look up at these, you notice that I do them with side release buckles so that they're an easy snap on and off. And then they have slides on them, so they're easy to slide, very similar to a collar like this that will just simply slide and adjust.
This is something that you really commonly see like on like mountain climbing equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is my basic materials, which I refer to as synth web because it can be nylon, polypropylene, or polyester webbing, whatever I can find the best color in.
Oh wow.
And then what happens with the harness, because I use the slides to cinch it, it gives a perfect fit for any body size.
Right. So if it's made for you, it's made only for you.
Well,
Really?
if it's not adjustable. If it's adjustable, you get a range. And
There's a little bit of a range to it.
yeah, and then that way it always cinches into your body, so you do get a range.
Like a corset with cinching
Yeah,
to you.
yeah, but not as confining.
Exactly. and let's say somebody out there watching our wonderful interview here wants to learn more about Blazewear. How do they find you?
They can go to blazewear.com, lowercase g, capital B, LAZEWEAR.com.
Okay. And just ask for Greg.
Yeah, and you can find the email on there and shoot me an email.
Absolutely. All right, we are here with Ruth Lampy of the Five Wits. And you guys deal with wigs. You just told me a minute ago, why the Five Wits?
It's a term from Shakespeare's time when they thought there were 5 different types of intelligence, and I think they may be right. They're common sense, imagination, estimation, memory, and fantasy. And we wanted something that would just appeal to all 5 wits.
Because I would have thought it would have been wigs, but it's wits.
No, it's wits.
I love that. And what type of wigs do you sell here?
Well, Well, and they're all heat-resistant fiber, and we try to carry them for as many different needs as possible. So whether somebody's a cancer survivor or someone with short hair who just wants to be able to rock out something long, people looking for a difficult-to-find anime or video game character, we try to get something for everybody.
So you try to accommodate basically anyone that comes in,
Exactly.
which I think is great. And you have one here that you're going to show us.
This is one of our newer styles. This is what we're calling the Gothic Lolapocalypse wig. It's just a world-ending amount of hair.
Lola Gothic.
Lolapocalypse. So it's like an apocalypse out of a Gothic Lolita wig. And it comes in 3 pieces.
Oh, wow.
You've got your long curly wig, and then you've got 2 gigantic heavy tails to put anywhere you want to, or to stack and do an absolutely ridiculous gigantic fall down the back.
Oh my God,
So
I
it's
didn't even know the hair
convertible.
came off. That
And
is
it's
so
a claw
cool.
clip, so you can actually mix and match and put these on any wig you own at all.
There you go.
So if you want to just mix up colors and go wild, you can.
That is so cool.
And then we've got ordinary like normal blondes and black hair.
Right.
And,
I mean, there's a whole bunch of them on this wall.
yeah.
I mean, that's what drew me to this booth.
And they're all heat resistant. So if you have a curling iron or a straightener, you can alter any of these styles at will.
Oh, so you can actually use heating, like curling iron. You say curling irons and.
Curling irons,
Oh, all right.
flat irons, just keep it under 400 degrees and you're good with these. They're all either heat resistant hyperlon fiber or heat resistant caniclon fiber.
Oh, okay. And if they want to find you online, how do they find you?
It's the5wits.net.
5wits.net.
We specialize in ridiculous names for wigs. So if you Google Action Ice Demon Slayer or Super Master Genius Trainer or #1 Hyperactive Friendship Power, you'll find our site and our crazy wigs.
That's kind of creepy.
Yeah, well, we wanted something that sounded like it could trigger a transformation sequence or be yelled as an attack.
I can totally understand that. All right, as you can tell, everybody here is dressed in cosplay. Well, what is cosplay, you may ask yourself? Well, cosplay is really when they dress up like their favorite anime characters. In fact, the definition of cosplay right up here.
Turning Japanese, I really think so. Turning Japanese, I think I'm turning Japanese, I really think so. Turning Japanese, I think I'm turning Japanese, I really think so. Turning Japanese, I think I'm turning Japanese, I really think so.
All right, well, we are here with Jessica Marriott from Drake It in Design, and you make your own custom jewelry.
I do.
And how long have you been doing this?
I've been making jewelry since I was very small. I've been selling it for about 5 years.
So 5 years.
Yep.
And I see a bunch of it here. Is there anything in particular that's selling well today?
Yeah, the critter earrings here, little tiny glass animals, they do very well.
Okay.
All sorts of different things in there, particularly the little lucky cats that people like very much.
Yeah. And what are some of your most elaborate designs you're doing today? Because you've been very busy.
Yes, it has been very busy the last couple of hours. So probably the most complicated thing I'm working on back here is another version of this D20 bracelet. It's a stretchy bracelet.
Okay.
And it involves drilling each die through the middle and then threading it on a bracelet. So
And how long does something like this take to make?
the drilling takes about, an hour or so. You have to drill each die from each end to make
And you don't
it
want to break
straight.
them, so.
Yes, you have to go pretty slowly with the drill or the dice will crack.
Wow. And just for the fans out there, if they want to reach you, do you have a website or any way to reach you
I
outside of
do. It is in fact drakeitinddesign.com, and my email address is also drakeitinddesign at gmail.com, and it's spelled DRAKIDEN and then design.
All right, we're here with PJ, and you're with Funimation.
I'm one of the volunteers with Funimation.
Yes.
I've volunteered for about 10 years.
Could you explain to us what Funimation is?
Funimation is the #1 importer of live action and anime from Japan. It's a $1 billion industry, anime. Anime basically is Japanese animation, where it tells a whole story. Unlike TV shows here in America where they could go 1 to 20 years in the case of Law and Order. Anime is usually based off of manga, which is a storyline. magazines. You have Kodansha over across from us who publishes the books. The new one is called Attack on Titan. Once they end that book series, it could be anywhere. It usually follows into a breakdown of a year. So you could have 12 episodes, one a month, 20, 24 every other month, 52. This one, Fairy Tail, was 52 episodes. It's just people in Japan can detract from the characters enough, as opposed to some of the fans we have in America for some of the series, where they know it's going to end. It's either going to end after a year because they've read the books.
Right.
So, but Funimation's been importing, and they are a premier dubbing, which means they take the Japanese, remove the sound of the Japanese voice actors, and then have their in-house actors voice over. They're trying to usually
Match it.
match it. Thank you. Been a long weekend already. It's took on another day.
But like, so this
What'd you like to know about it?
Funimation,
Yeah.
like how do they get that? Like what do you have to do to get this? Because apparently people are flocking this food.
Oh, Funimation, like they are the #1 importer of anime. So there's a couple of series that have been around for a long time. Dragon Ball Z
Right.
was the first big one that Funimation did.
Right.
And they
That's the
brought
first
that
one I remember coming to America. Is Dragon Ball.
That was the really first big one was actually Astro Boy.
Okay, I've heard of it.
And a little unknown series that the Wachowski brothers tried to butcher by bringing the live action called Speed Racer. But we won't go there.
No, we won't take that out. We'll avoid that happening.
But yeah, that was
'Cause
brutal.
The movie was very brutal.
So was the live action Dragon
Yeah.
Ball. But no, so Funimation is based out of Fort Worth, Texas, or a suburb of Fort Worth, Texas,
Okay.
called Flower Mound.
Now, if somebody wants to know more about Funimation,
There's a
how
couple
do they
different ways.
contact?
Funimation, you can go Funimation.com. You can either sign up for an account, you can email Justin Rojas, who's out and about. He's our guy who's in charge of social media. There's Funimation.com, which is online. There's Funimation Show, which is live streaming. They covered now because they're up at a piano. Adult Swim on Cartoon Network,
Yes.
which is after usually hours. So they can go cartoonnetwork.com, find it, Funimation.com. Those are the two big ones. Or if you want to order, you go FYE brings their local stock in the stores on the DVDs and the Blu-rays, and they set it all up. So it's only Funimation stuff that they have. But you can go FYE, you can go rightstuff.com.
So there's many avenues.
Oh, yeah. And there's different levels of subscriptions, too, that you could do.
Right.
Like Funimation has an elite thing where it's $7.95 a month. Anything that they've released is online, and you can watch the entire series with no commercials.
That's great.
Yeah, it's fun.
So if you're an anime fan, that's what you probably would go for.
Yeah,
Nobody likes commercial breaks.
you start losing sleep.
Picture, I got your picture. I'd like 1,000,000 of them around myself. I want the doctor to take a picture so I can look at you from inside as well.
Well, all right, that is the Anime Boston 2013. I hope you had a great time. I had a really great time. I got to see some things I never saw before. I've never done anime, so this was entirely new to me, but I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you want any more information on Anime Boston, you're going to want to go to their website, which is right up here. And as always, I am Ashley Bottoms for Unregular Radio, CNEU Rock Radio, freemassmedia.com, and Outlaw Radio Network. You can see me every Saturday evening at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Bottoms Up, my radio show Bottoms Up, Appetite for Discussion, which is on every Saturday night at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Until next time, I'm Ashley Bottoms, and remember people, keep your enemies close, keep Ashley a lot closer. Bye.
I'm turning down, I'm turning in, I'm turning right, I'm turning Japanese. I think I'm turning Japanese, I really think so. Turning Japanese, I think I'm turning Japanese, I really think so. Turning Japanese, I think I'm turning Japanese, I really think so. Turning Japanese, I think I'm turning Japanese, I really think so. No sex, no drugs, no wine, no women, no fun, no sin, no you, no wonder it's dark. Everyone around around me is a total stranger. Everyone avoids me like a cyclone ranger. Everyone. That's why I'm turning Japanese. I think I'm turning Japanese.